being hungry for change. We are going to win on September the 20th, 2014.
Kia ora, good evening. Welcome to Not the 6 o'clock news for Monday the 8th of September. Today we had a great example of why I decided to start my own news program. I've just arrived back in Auckland after speaking at the Business New Zealand election conference where I explained the Internet Party's new digital economy and innovation policy. After my speech, I was approached by the news teams from both the 6 o'clock networks. How naive of me to think that they were keen to hear about how we plan to make New Zealand a digital age leader. Rather than talk about one of our centrepiece policies, they thought they had a scoop with a leaked email showing that Hone wasn't happy with some proposed social media images promoting Internet Mana's cannabis policy. Well, here's a scoop, neither was I. Every day our creative team comes up with all sorts of stuff. Some gets through, some doesn't, and Hone and I always agree on what does. The bigger issue here is the persistence with which some in the media are still looking for evidence to support rumours first started on Cameron Slater's blog site. Here's a quick look at how one of those interviews actually went. Compare it to what makes the news.
With the greatest of respect, this email seems to suggest there's great division.
No, you're quite wrong. What the email does is respond to a suggested marketing campaign. Social marketing campaign.
Were you in support of the social marketing?
Well, I've told you already. I had already said I also did not like the proposal.
Why did you not like the proposal?
Because I thought that there was the risk of over-focusing on this issue, that we needed to prioritise the marketing of our policy releases this week, and I thought some of the language in the proposed marketing was just, silly.
How can your parties work together when there appears on the face of it to be such a massive
Have
divide
you
on this
ever
issue?
been involved inside at any party during an election campaign?
No, I haven't.
Well, I tell you what, whenever you're involved in an election campaign, there are differences of creative position. There are differences and often quite strenuous arguments around strategy and tactics during an election campaign. This is part of the course, that we don't always see eye to eye on every issue. That's not an Internet Mana issue. It is part of the course in a campaign, people just need to relax and not read so much into it.
Okay.
You can get them in the background. Go on.
I've been in one of your campaign
So
shoots
I've just
already.
been
I saw at your
interviewed
launch.
by Brooke Saban, who was unprepared to come on Not the 6 o'clock news. Now for some real politics. I'd like to give you a quick rundown of our digital economy and innovation policy. 30 years ago, our traditional industries, primary commodities and protected manufacturing, stopped providing enough good jobs to deliver full employment. Those industries didn't just spring up on their own. We had huge government-led investment programs. We built whole universities, developed laws, and set up entire government departments, banks and other services dedicated to their development. That's the kind of focus we now need on the tech sector. We'll boost innovation by increasing government investment in R&D and incentivising private sector R&D. We'll establish innovation hubs associated with each university and make New Zealand the world's startup incubator and a place where talent wants to live. There'll be ideas grants and help to access domestic and overseas venture capital. We'll close the skills gap by doubling the number of tech sector workers with our Right to Work and Digital Workforce Development Plan. Our commitment to eliminate child poverty, modern schools and specific policies to close the digital divide means that the most important ingredient for digital age success, young brains, won't be wasted. So that's my take on today. Remember, voting is already open. You can enrol and vote any day before election day. Check out mobilise.org.nz, a handy tool that we've developed to encourage people to pledge to vote and to help them access their voting places. Good night, Aotearoa. keep informed.